only posting up on 5% of his possessions. He's put on muscle and developed his back-to-the-basket footwork. He said, quote, "I plan on being a lot more physical, seeking contact and finishing through it. That's my next step." He's trying to evolve, Kevin.
A good move considering his size and explosiveness, Doris. Thanks. And there was a brief moment late in the season last year, Clark, where the Pacers slipped from the top spot, but they were able to get it back.
Yeah, they did, Kevin. They fought back, grabbed the #1 seed in the East, and they did earn it. I mean, 38 conference wins is a pretty impressive number.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Cavaliers. George double-teamed to the inside. Hibbert kicks it to West. Over Thompson. Outside for George. Buries the long-range jumper. George has got a pair of triples in the second now for the Pacers. Here's Dellavedova. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Dellavedova's got 5.
Well, he wasn't phased at all by the bigger man.
Oh, he got it!
Boom! Buzzer, knock it!
The clock runs out, and we're heading to halftime. It's the Pacers, up 9. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half. And now the third quarter about to get going. You look at Paul George in this game, guys. He's been everywhere.
Yeah, he put on a highlight reel in that first half alone. Just a collection of spectacular dunks.
It was a fireworks display. He nearly tore the hoop down with a couple of those slams multiple times.
So on the floor for Cleveland, Irving and Waiters, the guards. The 2 stars, LeBron and Love, at the 3 and the 4. And it's Varejao in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And Eric Bledsoe drops them both.
Well, you learn a lot about a player from the way he responds to adversity. And Eric Bledsoe, a player with tremendous potential, had to back up John Wall at Kentucky. Then he had to back up Chris Paul with the Clippers. You know, rather than get frustrated, he really made the most of those learning experiences, and now it's paying off.
Boy, I like the way he carved out just enough space to get his hands on the missed shot and then rattle the rim on the putback.
And the gap narrows.
They're closing it fast.
Well, that's the effort of a team ready to fight back into this game.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pacers. Chris Humphries has checked in for Hibbert. And it's Hill in for Eric Bledsoe. A nice shot by LeBron.
You talk about Bledsoe. He said in college and with the Clippers, he enjoyed both of those situations. The challenge of the daily battles in practice against star talent. He showed a lot of resilience and determination to find his niche.
Hill drives in. Scola. Humphries dishes to George. George double-teamed. Second chance shot. Humphries with the bucket. Humphries has got 7 points. And Bledsoe, guys, getting his chance last season with the Phoenix Suns to show what he could do in a starting role, and it paid off. His terrific play, Steve, was a huge factor in their surprising season.
Yeah, I agree with that, Kevin. Unfortunately, he did lose some time to a knee injury, but you know, knowing him, he'll battle back and once again overcome the obstacles.
David West, he's checked in for Luis Scola. Fires the 3.
You know, even though he missed that three-point shot, I think the defense has to do a better job of challenging the shot.
Yeah, because you know if you continue to give up open looks like that, you're in big trouble.
That's good. 6 points for him.
You know, sometimes you don't like to see guys pull up from three-point range on the break, but for him, with nobody on him, that's a pretty good shot.
Well, LeBron James having his nose broken last season by Serge Ibaka. Short of that, he can seem at times invulnerable. His durability, just one more thing that sets him apart.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pacers. Hibbert comes in for Chris Humphries. Eric Bledsoe is subbed in for George Hill. And Copeland kicks to Bledsoe. No one near James as he lets it go. Can't tie it up as that one's no good. And LeBron over his career dealing with a few back issues, but he's been able to remain remarkably healthy.
Kevin, incredibly durable given the punishment he absorbs night in and night out and the load he's asked to carry by his team at both ends of the floor. That's another element that makes you shake your head about what he's been able to do in his career.
You're right. You're right.
Tough to hit that shot when you got the defense right in your shirt.
George double teamed. And here we go with Waiters running it up the court. From the sideline, let's catch up with Doris Burke.
Well, guys, the Cavs' David Blatt, the first ever NBA head coach directly hired from the international ranks. Though he grew up near Boston, a die-hard Celtics fan, he represents all the aspiring NBA coaches from abroad, saying, quote, "I feel a great sense of responsibility. I feel like I've got to do a good job." Kevin, he's certainly got the personnel to do it.
A roster loaded with talent, Doris. Indeed. Thank you. Cavaliers making a switch here. Marion's checked in. LeBron passes to Marion. And here's Love from the arc. Again, Love missing.
Well, if this game comes down to the rebounding battle, they'll be the ones coming out on top.
Yeah, they've been really strong in the paint, battling the glass.
Punches it down with pop.
Rubs it in. It looks like a little deeper with the hanging finish.
Well, they're not backing off at all, are they?
Now here's Marion. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Clock at 4. From deep. Kept alive. Back to Irving. Goes back up. And he gets the bucket. Irving's got 4 points in the quarter. Pacers leading by 3.
You know, there were a lot of people, me included, thinking that Cleveland would take a step forward and be a team that could make moves in the East and perhaps get to the playoffs, but injuries and inner turmoil really kept that team from being playoff caliber.
Kicks it to Waiters. The 3. Again, Irving missing.
He's still looking for his first three-pointer of the second half after making just one in the first.
And George with the stuff.
How about that now? What a sensational finish.
Oh, got to be able to get some hang time to do that.
Yeah, you got to rise and levitate.
Suspend yourself.
Yeah, levitate.
And glide. And glide. You got to glide in and reverse it home. So sweet. Great job. Taking it right at the defense. I like the aggressiveness.
Yeah, he left them no choice but to foul there.
And some changes here for the Pacers. Stuckey comes in for Chris Copeland. And George Hills subbed in for Eric Bledsoe. And then for Cleveland, Thompson, he's checked in for James. Miller comes in for Dion Waiters. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Kyrie Irving. Indiana making some changes. Chris Humphries has checked in for Hibbert. And it's Luis Scola in for West. A switch here also for Cleveland. Jones is checked in. And it's Hill penetrating. Jones against George. And now the Cavaliers. Fast break. And it's Dellavedova missing. Pacers leading by 4. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Out to Stuckey. Nobody near George. Feeds to Hill. Stuckey kicks to George. So the Pacers call timeout, their first of the game. And the Cavaliers with some changes. 11 seconds left in the third. Now Hill. Here's Humphries. The Cavaliers trail by 4. Down low, West and Hibbert. Bledsoe is out there with Rodney Stuckey. And it's George in at the 3. That's the Pacers' 5. And the foul on Eric Bledsoe. LeBron with it. No good. Great tee that time from Hibbert. And here we go. George heading to the hoop.
I love that superb pass that time, guys. It allowed them to get behind the defenders. The hoop was there waiting for them.
To the left side wing. A wide open look for Love. Good, and the assist goes to James. 8 points for Kevin Love.
Well, lazy defense, and that's why the score is what it is right now.
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying Clark to get back into this game like this.
Yeah, definitely a jam with emphasis. A big apostrophe or exclamation point. How about maybe even a question mark, partner?
Well, you know what the questions are about now? It's their defense, that's for sure.
Copeland can't hit. The Cavaliers trail by 5. That drops. That's now 32 points for LeBron.
They're starting to give him a little too much space here in the second half. That's his third three-pointer since the break. And they're beginning to fall apart a little bit defensively, especially inside.
Well, that's 4 straight buckets now at the rim.
Timeout called the Cavaliers. Well, Dion Waiters, a Philly kid, plays with a chip on his shoulder, Clark. Always a ton of confidence.
Yeah, but I like his edge and his chip, but I think sometimes his emotions get the best of him. When he gets frustrated, we've seen it affect his play and his demeanor on the court. Hopefully that's just a maturation thing with him, because it could derail his potential if he doesn't get it under wraps.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Yes, Kevin, during that last break, I heard David Blatt as he addressed his team. He doesn't think they've been giving it their all, saying they've been quicker to rebounds, to every loose ball. We gotta wake up. The game's slipping away, and we're letting it happen. We have got to take control of this thing. We'll see if he lit a fire under him, guys.
Here's Marion, following the basket by Kyrie Irving. Marion dishes to Love. 6 on the shot clock. Marion passes to Waiters. Chance there to take the lead. Missing.
And for Waiters, we've heard the rumblings. He's butted heads with coaches and teammates. He's dismissed from the practice. His name has been all over trade talks since he's been in Cleveland. But on the plus side, he's working hard to improve as a player, and he's very gifted.
George with the ball. Now defended by Verjao.
It's just been one of those days for him. He has really struggled.
And David West gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Cavaliers making a switch here. James is checked in. LeBron is doubled. And George with the block. Fast break. Here comes Indiana. George with the ball. And there's the call on James. That's foul number 2 for him. Hill, he's checked in for Eric Bledsoe. Nash with a wide open look. That ball, nice speed that time from George.
You hear the question marks for Waiters, but still an awful lot of upside for this guy, in my opinion. He's got a great foundation offensively. He can make plays for himself and for others. I think his ceiling is really high as long as he stays hard-working and hungry. Boy, have they been hitting the glass hard or what? Kind of surprising it's such a tight game.
Yeah, you're right. Very rarely do you out-rebound